when you put this thing, the other spouse is not reasonable, it does not allow you to get what you want. For example, maybe you want to buy something, like for example, like this phone I want to buy, and the man is saying, why do you need a phone? You can manage this your phone and all of this. And
this happened a lot.
Yeah, so those kind of cases, you can see it's legitimate for them to hide and buy these things that they want to buy because the other person is not reasonable. And another case can be the case of, I don't trust you with the money, I don't trust you with our finance, so I can do my own thing, you can do your own thing. That's another issue that
But do people actually really change? Would you not have known that this person is this unreasonable before you married him or married her?
So guys, today we're talking about something very interesting. Well, I've not had a lot of people talk about these things. But we are committed to bringing you topics you don't hear outside, but there are things that affect marriage.
We'll keep doing our best.
Yeah. So today's topic is secret spenders or secret spending in marriage. So secret spending essentially is that, okay, two couples like we used to say, couples. Like we usually say that what we are teaching is a standard Christian home.
Yeah.
So what we are saying does not apply to your home, then it's an issue you have to make sure you get counseling to get back to where it should be. Now, the standard home where husband and wife spend their money together and
standard Christian home
where people spend their money together, there's no secret.
Yeah.
And somewhere there's somebody among the couple starts to spend money secretly. So how do you deal with that? What is the cause of that? How do you even discover? How do people deal with that kind of trouble of somebody secretly spending money? But most times, usually a lot of money. You just see that the money disappears and the person does not have a trace, does not explain what the money is for. How do you do that? What do you think about that?
Does this cover for people, wives or husbands that build houses behind their spouses?
Yes.
I really thought
but if two of them started well. Started well and everything was okay.
I think people. Why do people even get married in the first place? Because interests align, values align. Sometimes along the line, somebody, one of them, either outgrew or undergrew.
Okay.
Right? Or began to have certain associations, or somehow maybe there's a betrayal in the family. Betrayal or something like that. Because what will make a person that wasn't like that before start to now just suddenly change? Let's say women, right? Just change and say, okay, well, let me build my own, let me build a secret home, building for myself, and then so that I can leave this man when he starts doing this nonsense. Sometimes maybe the man has messed up somehow, right? Or the man just suddenly does not trust the woman anymore. And starts to now spend quietly or start to do things secretly. So I really don't know, but this is possible.
Before we even go that deep, cases of things like, okay, well, for every family now, there are money that we can spend without telling the other person. There's some families is 2,000 you can spend, some 5,000. For some families is 1 million. You can spend 1 million without telling them. But when you are removing a huge chunk of money that is actually that is noticeable in your own family. For what is noticeable in my family, for some family it's 5,000, for some family it's 10,000. What's in your family is more. So I just go and buy something without telling you that. Let's not even start with maybe there's a building, or let's say you want to buy maybe for example now your limit in your family where you can spend is 5,000 and you take 30,000 to go and buy a shoe without telling your partner, or you take 30,000 to go and buy a clothes without telling your partner. What could be the cause of those kind of things? And majorly when the two of you discuss things together, so I want to give this person 20,000, can I do this? Oh, I want to buy this, can I do this?
Sometimes it's afojude. That's what they call it in Yoruba. I don't know what afojude is in English. If you know the meaning, please interpret it in the comment section. I can see everything's damaged in Yoruba. In English,
it's not negligence, huh?
It's not negligence. It's
familiarity.
Familiarity? No, not familiarity. But yeah, it's close. Not placing enough value on that person. Like see finish. It's close to see finish.
Okay.
Right? Nothing you can do. Let me do it. Right? And then sometimes it's actually secret. But then, if you're in a committed relationship, especially a godly home like Christian marriage, if you have to do something that you not tell your spouse, then that's enough reason not to do it in the first place. The fact that you have to hide this from your spouse sometimes that's enough. That's even enough. That's enough check for you as a person on the things you should do
not to do
and
it.
the things not to do. So I think that most times, and sometimes it is lack of discipline,
Okay.
in my own opinion, and then irresponsibility. It's true now, because if that means that thing is not important for the home, it is more important to you than the
for
home
the
as
home.
case may be.
Because if it was important to the home, you're able to put your argument, oh, you can get this and all of those things. But another case that
And even if it's for you, and you can talk to your wife or husband, I want this thing, I need it. He or she will ask you, is it the next thing? You have to buy phone now. One is for you, it doesn't benefit in any way. But then you discuss it, it makes a lot of sense for you to buy the phone. So, but the moment you have to do it quietly outside me could mean that maybe I'm unreasonable.
Yeah, that's another part that we didn't talk about. The part of
Maybe, yeah.
a part of when you put this thing, the other part is not reasonable. It's not. It does not allow you to get what you want. For example, maybe you want to buy something. Like for example, like this phone I want to buy, and the man is saying, "Why do you need a phone? You can manage this your phone and all of those." And maybe,
this happened a lot.
yeah, so those kind of cases, you can see it's legitimate for them to hide and buy these things that they want to buy because the other partner is not reasonable. And another case can be the case of I don't trust you with the money. I don't trust you with our finance. So I can do my own thing. You can do your own thing. That's another issue that.
But do people actually really change? Would you not have known that this person is this unreasonable before you married him or married her?
Okay.
Because personally, I don't really believe people change or people can change people. I think people evolve.
Yeah.
But when people evolve, they evolve into what has been there all along. I don't know how to explain. It is the Holy Spirit that actually really change people. I mean, do you get?
Yeah.
So I think that down the line we may have seen these things or ignored them. But then, does it actually justify secret spending? Like, in the context of she's unreasonable. She makes it difficult for me to do things. But does it justify it? How does one handle that kind of case?
Like we said that if they this how they were doing it before, like they plan money together. Nobody was spending secretly, and somebody says spending secretly. Then there should be a question: what is happening? Why did you make that decision? Because sometimes we get so angry with that person who secretly spends, and we don't remember to ask them, why did you do this?
Why did you do
this? And sometimes when we ask why you realize that sometimes the other partner has been too rigid. Let's get this thing. The person is very rigid. Maybe the person bought something and the way you take it up, the way you mix it. Why did you go and buy this? You spend so much money and all of those things. So maybe how a person has taken issues like that before can be a reason why the other person is also secretly trying to spend money. So I think, like I said, if you have the conversation, why are you spending money secretly? This is not what you used to do before. What's happening? What's going on? Is it that you're taking new habits? Why are you hiding something from it? And it could also mean that. So that kind of case, it should not even be a case of scolding. It should be a case of, are you okay?
Okay, understanding why.
Then have you picked up a bad habit? Because when somebody money is just disappearing, maybe you are paying the debt, someone is blackmailing you, you have started smoking or getting started gambling. That gambling thing is even the most rare for the male folks. Gambling can be the issue. And now it's males that do gambling right now.
Okay, I actually know more of males that gamble.
I've never had many people that gamble. So I think it should be a case of, so what's happening, what's going on, to dig it down so that it's usually beyond that money is being spent is an issue. But and if it's an issue of this person does not have to manage money, has been a problem of managing money, then they also need help. Look for the person that has the most of money. The person that has the best management of money should handle money.
And then sometimes lack of accountability.
Yes.
On the other person, the person may not intend. The person may not be wanting to hide it. The person may not be actually wanting to. It may not be like. It may not be a deliberate attempt to hide, but it's just spending because he or she feels like it's money. It's my money.
I work for you.
It just lacks accountability. So sometimes it could be like that. So I think looking at it deeply, it could be that something has gone wrong that we need to figure out in the home. Someone has betrayed someone and the other person doesn't feel any sense of commitment
or safety or loyalty. Yeah.
Number two, the individual, maybe something is happening, he has changed. Something is happening in his life. The other party has the responsibility of figuring it out. It's not fight.
Yeah.
It's a fact-finding mission.
Yeah.
Then the last one is habits. Yes. What's the habits and stuff like that? So I think that will help a lot. But at the crux of it is that secret spending does not make sense.
Another point I wanted to say is that family should also have this. You should have a goal for every year. So when you have a goal, you don't just spend anyhow. Like now we know that Valo is starting school in January. There are things I would have naturally bought for myself. Like it's not really secret. I mean, I want to get a shoe. I don't have a conversation. I want to get a shoe of 10,000, 15,000. I don't have a conversation. So like, can I buy that? There's no need for that. But somewhere in my sense, my brain, I know that this 10,000, 15,000 we used to pay for her lunch, half of her lunch for the term, and all of those things. So I just consciously not spend as I should because of that. So if you have a goal together, so we're getting a new car, I know that when I get 100,000, I get 150,000. Instead of using it to go and buy a new lens or buy a new stuff or something, I know that I have to make a commitment in January for this child or for this car that we are getting. So sometimes when we're not aligning, we don't have a purpose. Everybody just do what they like. There's no alignment. This year we're doing this, we're doing that. So when there's no alignment, people don't get to. Sometimes they're not even doing this spending out of anger. They're not doing the spending out of wickedness. It's just that there's no. So what are we using the money for? It's money for spending. There's no alignment. There's no purpose for.
So you have mentioned goals as one of the ways to deal with this.
Yes.
The second one I wanted to the second one I wanted to mention is that let's be reasonable. So we are two parties in the marriage, are we? Most of the time, this is the person that we spend money on. Let's be conscious of. Are we? I hope in this marriage, I'm not being too demanding. I don't know how to explain this.
Okay.
Yes, we have taken care of my school fees. I've taken care of this for me. How when we are going to spend money for her? She may not talk about it. She may not even realize it. She may not ever think of it that I want to spend money on him so much. But I think it's also our responsibility to look out for the other person. Why they look out for exactly? Why as they look out for us, we look out for that person. Yeah. So always look as your spouse look out for you, as they serve you in the marriage. Be conscious of their sacrifices and also look out for them because they will burn out. They will be spent. One day, they will wake up to realize that I have spent my life on this person. What am I?
And that's why some people just divorce after 20 years.
Yeah, and you cannot blame them. They are all human. So I think also look out for them so that because their response may not be secret spending. Because I'm serving this marriage. What is in it for me? And then these things develop into men are selfish, women are selfish. Take care of yourself. And that's how they will advise younger women. Take care of yourself. You will never, keep money for yourself. Have your own secret bank account number.
Buy your property in your name. And all of those things.
That's where it comes from. So we should be careful, and I think this is one of the ways to deal with this. Because children from homes that don't have spending integrity suffer. They suffer. They're the ones that go to mommy collect money and go back to daddy and collect the same amount of money.
Yeah.
You learn these tricks from them. And you cannot teach these children otherwise. It takes the Holy Spirit to break them from this financial PTSD. What is it? So, I think it's really... Carry on.
I think we should just end. So I think yeah, come.
She wants to speak. She's tired of this thing, the cocoa melon. So the consequences of spending secretly is really grave. And I think we just briefly mentioned it, but I think we will do more on that later. But for this case, secret spending is not ideal for a Christian home from our perspective. We're talking about Christian homes now. Christian homes. Money is important. No, we used to say this like sex, money, or finance and communication are the most important things in the marriage, especially a Christian marriage. And that's why spending together is part of communion. It's also part of intimacy. So if you can't spend money together, talk about money, and be accountable when it comes to finances, you will get it wrong in many other ways. So I think it's part of our journey as Christian couples to have this accountability and build this money or spending integrity. And I hope that you have gotten something from this video. Stay tuned, like, share, and please feel free to write us sometimes. therealayodelis@gmail.com. Thank you very much. Don't mind Valos Bugo Thank you very much.
Bye.